At the time the United States entered World War I, they had not yet acquired enough 45 pistols, automatic pistols. Colt was backlogged on manufacturing them. Springfield, for their part, were backlogged on manufacturing rifles. Alternative weapons were then sought. A British contract for Enfield rifles was taken over by the federal government, and Remington and Eddystone Arsenal began producing the 1917 Enfield rifle. At the same time, the US Army had in its inventory Colt Model 1909 new service double-action revolvers, and Colt had a large supply of those. So the US Army asked Colt, can you make a new service revolver that will handle the .45 automatic bullet? And the answer was yes. Smith & Wesson also had a similar revolver, which they too began producing for the military. Both weapons were called the Model 1917 revolver. This is Colt's version. This is a U.S. Army issued caliber .45 1917 revolver. Unlike most revolvers, it loads with what's called a half-moon clip, but it uses the same bullet as the .45 pistol. Consequently, it offers faster reloading. Sometime in the 1980s, some genius came up with what's called the full moon clip, which cuts the reloading time in half, which makes it a pretty viable weapon even by today's standards. The U.S. Army maintained these in their inventory well into the 1960s. They were used in World War I, they were used in Nicaragua, they were used in World War II, of course, although by World War II most of their usage was confined to the mainland United States, but several of them saw duty in the South Pacific. They were carried in the United States by the United States Army Military Police Command well up to 1966, at which time, due to a lack of spare parts, the military police switched over to the 1911 automatic. By the way, if you can get one of these, they are a superb gun to keep in your nightstand for when things go bump at night. And that be it. The full moon clips, of course, are a much faster reload. Not quite as fast as an automatic magazine, but very close. You may notice that handgun cartridges have increased in both size and power, and this, of course, being the original Bulldog cartridge in .44, and this being the .45 automatic cartridge. Today, of course, there are cartridges out there like the .50 caliber,